Hi, welcome to the Jeff and Cheri Show. My name's Jeff. I'm the Borough Manager of Mount Pleasant, and my co-host,
Cheri Lucia, Mayor of Mount Pleasant.
Cheri. We're back to one of my favorite shows.
I see food.
And again, we have some food, so this is always one of our favorite shows, by the way. But today, this is interesting because we're doing a show, and the business really isn't open yet.
No, I was surprised it wasn't open.
I know.
It's lit up in the evenings, and
Yeah.
it really looks good. You
Yeah.
did a fine job in the decoration.
Yeah, so we're here in downtown Mount Pleasant, right on Main Street, and today we are at Maisy's Cakes. And Maisy Cakes is a new business that's coming to Mount Pleasant. Well, you're officially here, but you haven't just opened up yet. And you're working on that as we spoke earlier before the show, and we talked about some ideas. And so if you're in Mount Pleasant for either a special event or happen to be coming by, you have to look at the window. She'll say whenever she's been doing some special events and when the grand opening will be. So let's introduce our guest today, which is
Cheri Cole.
And Cheri, Maisy Cakes, we're going to get right off the top, is who?
Maisy is my daughter. She is going to be 3.
And she likes cupcakes, I bet.
She does. She likes to sample everything.
So I used the term cupcakes because we talked a little bit about what you have here, but you have a lot more than cupcakes. So we're going to get into that later on. But let's talk about you. So you, where are you originally from?
I am from Irwin, North Huntington area. And that's where I grew up. And then we moved out here to open the Junction Pizza.
And you being you and your husband.
Yes, Shane.
And Shane is really the man behind the pizza.
He is, yes.
How long has Junction been in town?
We're going on our 6th year.
So you made it past that 3 to 5 year.
The little hump.
Yeah.
Get over the hump, and we're...
Jeff has tasted your pizza.
I love it. I think it's that New York style kind of pizza.
Yeah, it's unique. We make our own sauce, make our own dough. Everything's fresh ingredients, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think you can tell. I mean, you can tell it's fresh.
Definitely.
So you moved in. So what made you move into town with the pizza shop?
Shane's parents lived out here. They lived in Scottdale. We're actually from Scottdale. But they moved to Scottdale, and we just followed.
Okay, and then you eventually moved to Mount Pleasant.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we were driving by Brannick's car a lot, and we saw that it was for rent, and we were like, this is the perfect spot. We have to jump on it. So we jumped on it, and then it's history.
So you decided, so I guess you did well, and so now this is the offspring of doing well in Mount Pleasant?
Yes, it is. I actually started at the Junction, baking everything there. We are licensed out of the Junction to take like pre-orders and pickups for Maisy Cakes. We do off-hours baking there, and it just got so big so fast that we were like, we need our own space. I can't work with on top of Shane anymore. Like, we just need our own space.
You don't want your cookies to taste like pizza.
Exactly. No onions, none of that.
Well, that would be a good try. I know, that would be interesting, though.
Yeah.
A cupcake that tastes like pizza. But, so now you decided to pick Main Street. And so what made you choose that?
This is a great location that became available, and when we saw it, we knew that we wanted to be like right in the middle of everything. Just we wanted to bring in like a little trendy bakery in Mount Pleasant, and just have our own space where people can come and like pick up instead of placing the orders and stuff.
So you choose the term trendy bakery.
Yes.
Okay. So what makes this a trendy bakery?
Well, macarons are not a very they're usually not in bakeries. There's a few bakeries around Pittsburgh area that have them, but they're kind of new to the area. We want to take like basic desserts and put like a spin on them, like the cake jars, like on the go. You can just grab it and eat a cake in a jar.
You should show us a cake jar.
Yes. So this is our birthday cake jar. It's like a layer of, it's funfetti birthday cake, a layer of our signature buttercream, crumble, like a salty crumble to balance the sweet and saltiness, and then just tied with a little spoon to make it quick and easy, and you can just...
So that's like a pick up and go.
Yeah, you can just pick it up and go. They make great favors, kids' birthday parties, anything like that.
And these little ones here.
These are the macarons. So most of them are gluten-free. They're made with almond flour and a meringue. So they are like a little bit crisp on the outside and chewy on the inside. And then you can fill them with all kinds of delicious flavors. Buttercreams, ganaches, anything like that.
So are you the baker?
Yes, I do all the baking by myself.
And you're laughing about that. I guess.
Because she can't mix pizza.
Yeah. So that's it, isn't that unique, or is that common among trendy bakeries?
I think starting out, I think it's pretty common, and then like once you get to the point of needing help, then you bring in bakers to train the way that you'd like to train them, and stuff like that.
Now you did this, you said, at the pizza shop.
Yes.
So what gave you the inspiration? Or you just have been a person who liked to bake cookies and cakes all your life with your mom or somebody? How did this all happen?
So I always baked, and I liked doing cupcakes all through high school and everything like that. Then I stopped. And then I had Maisy, and for her first birthday, I knew I wanted like this elaborate dessert table, Pinterest worthy, but I didn't want to pay for it. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this all by myself. And the macarons are super hard to make. They're like really finicky. The weather affects them, temperature, all of that. And so I failed miserably for her birthday.
But she didn't know about it because she's too young. Right?
She was one, so she didn't care.
Jerry and I don't care either, by the way.
So then I became obsessed with making them and perfecting them and everything, and learning the ins and outs about them, watching videos, everything like that. And then I finally got them, and everyone just told me how delicious they were. And then I started baking more cupcakes and cakes, and then Shane was like, well, you should really do this. And I was like, all right, let's give it a try.
Oh, that's...
Well, you know, Jeff,
Yeah.
if she has, when she's making a big batter and one or two break, you could always stop by.
Well, that's trendy. That's also trendy. No waste. We call it trendy with no waste. So you could just dial the borough office, and we'll come down, and you can throw it in the window as we drive by.
Yeah, I could do that. Or whenever I sample new flavors.
Yes, that's even better.
And he'll give you different, different flavors.
Yeah, that's even better. I still want that pizza cupcake. I think we have to do that.
We could try something like that. I mean, I don't know how good. People have like done Thanksgiving dinner cupcakes, like a cornbread cupcake and some like gravy. I'm not like a huge fan of that, but it looks interesting.
Well, the word cupcake probably has lots of variations now. The original cupcake was a cake with icing on the top. But there's varieties of cupcakes now, so you could actually have a Thanksgiving cupcake.
Or savory cupcake.
Yes. I think that's trendy.
That is.
Okay,
That is
you may be way ahead of your time, but 20 years from now they will have those.
Oh, yeah.
And what do we have behind us?
Okay, so I'll bring one up here. So this is just a cake that we made. We do some fun cakes, a little bit different than you would see at Walmart or just like grocery store chains. So these have the macarons on top. It has our signature buttercream. This is like the smash cake size, and this feeds about like 12 people.
What's that mean, smash cake?
Like the first birthday cakes, the babies, they smash the cake. This is the size that they normally use for those, and it can feed about 12 people.
or 12 kids?
12 kids,
12.
yeah.
Or one grown up.
Or one grown-up. Okay, or two,
Two, just split it in half. Yeah.
or three, counting a wreck. Okay. We have now, so I noticed that's themed Halloween or holidays. Huh?
Holiday, yeah. Harvest, Halloween type thing.
Do people look for the theme stuff?
I think so for holidays and stuff. I get a lot of themes for birthdays. Everyone wants to have a theme for their kid's birthday now, so we do a lot of that. Yeah.
Now, when someone comes in here, let's go through the process.
Okay.
I walk into your store, and I see all this food, and now do you sit down and do a consultation with them, or do you just have, this is what we have this time of year, or this is what we offer? Go through that process.
So, when we officially open, we will have things where you can come in and just pick them up and go. Cupcakes, maybe some mini cakes, the macarons, just a bunch of fun stuff. If you wanted custom, we can either talk on the phone, email like that, but we also will have a consultation area over there for weddings and brides and stuff. Come in and do a tasting, talk about what you want your cake to look like, what you want your dessert table to look like, stuff like that.
And you're going to have a showcase you had mentioned?
Yeah, we're going to try and get like a showcase of stuff, and we'd like to get some more prints and stuff of what we have done in the past, so brides or people for birthdays can see some options. But I like to do like customizable cakes, like customize it to your kid, to your wedding, with colors or...
Is it more money to customize?
It is. It really depends on the work that goes into the cake of how much money it will be. So it's hard to have a set price list on custom cakes. But we will have just cakes where you can come in and pick up if that does well. We're not really sure what is going to do well and not do well here yet. So we want to offer everything and then see what sells, what doesn't, what people like, what people don't.
Well, I think too, as you get more established, you may have a reputation where people come 20 miles away.
Yeah, I do a lot. I already do a bunch of stuff down Pittsburgh. I do stuff all over Westmoreland County and Allegheny County. I do a lot of weddings. We've done some grand openings for stores. Just some...
Word of mouth is
Yeah.
for your business.
Yes, it has been. It's been great. On social media, people word of mouth. We haven't advertised with this at any paid money. It was just through social media, word of mouth and stuff like that. So that's been great for us.
Well, I also think too that since you're customizing a lot and you're the only baker, you may have to come in and schedule way ahead.
Yes.
Because you're not going to be able to do, well, maybe I'm wrong, but you're not going to be able to do 10 custom cakes every day.
Correct. That is a big issue, and I hate saying no to people, but scheduling and advanced scheduling, making sure that I can do it on your date, because my calendar does fill up very quickly.
So for holidays right now, so you are open without a storefront. You are doing cakes for people.
Yes. So we are still licensed out of the Junction, licensed, insured, all of that, out of the Junction. So you can call, email, stop by the Junction, anything like that to place your order, get on our calendar, and then you either pick it up or we deliver also for a small fee.
You remember whenever the mall had those chocolate chip cookies? They were real big and they were dessert cookies. Well, you could almost do a dessert pizza. That looked like a pizza.
Yeah, we could. We also do, they're called
They're called Jeff's Cakes. Look for that. Look for that at the next grand opening.
Well, there's it's called a cream tart. It's pretty much just like a sugar cookie with buttercream, but it looks more of like a cake. And So we offer those too for parties or anything like that. They're like a double layer cookie and stuff.
Is the trend more bite-sized, more smaller portions?
I think so, but we try and like these are really great because depending on how big of a bite you want, like I take 2 bites, but some people just shove the whole thing in their mouth.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Yeah, sure.
But I think it's just easier, you know, you don't want this big thing walking around or at parties. I always tell people for kids' parties, usually like, go the cupcake route. You don't want to have to plate and cut
Yeah.
cakes and stuff
It's
like
just,
that.
It's just more contained.
Yes. So that's why these are good for parties. These are good to just grab and put them on a plate.
Look, you can reuse the jar.
Yeah, you can.
Is there a deposit on? They bring them back.
No, because we don't have a sanitation like.
Yeah.
So.
You figure the cost of your jar
Yes,
into the product.
into the price. Yes.
Now everybody talks about health. You know, to me, there's, you know, you want to eat healthy. There's no doubt about that. But there's sometimes you need to splurge a little bit and go off the list. But are these? You said they're gluten free.
Most of ours are gluten free. There are, depending on what you fill them with. So the actual cookie is gluten free. It is made with almond flour, egg whites, sugar. The inside is what will make it non-gluten free. So most of ours are gluten free, and we work very hard to like eliminate cross contamination for gluten intolerance and celiacs. But some of them do have gluten, but most of them don't. So they're very gluten friendly. Children love them.
How about sugar
there is.
on any of your products? I mean, sugar is another big topic today.
Yes, we do put sugar, obviously, in most of our stuff, but we, like our buttercream is not the American buttercream, which is the very sweet, loaded with sugar buttercream. It's a
French stuff.
Yeah, it's actually a Swiss meringue buttercream.
Swiss.
Yes, but we do also do a French buttercream and stuff, but it's a meringue-based buttercream instead of the like the powdered sugar buttercream, which seems to be a lot of people enjoy that more than the sweet stuff.
Well, I'm diabetic.
Me too.
Okay, but I just take a pill, you know. But I talked to several doctors, and they say it's better to eat sugar than to eat the artificial sweeteners because they're worse for you. Mm-hmm. So he just said, you know, just don't eat a lot. You know, don't eat a cake. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe you want to, you know, macarons. Yeah. You know? So I think that is what I've tried to. Or if you're going to drink soda, just don't drink a 2-liter. Yeah. You know, just drink a glass of it. And so I think that works.
Yeah, it does. Just everything in moderation. I think that is the key to everything.
Well, speaking of moderation, I know Cheri has been giving me the signal about, you know, should we...
Well, I've been looking, Jeff. I could probably eat 2 of those, and you could have the other 20.
Well, I'm going to take them home with me. No, but can we try one?
I think you guys should. So these are cosmic brownies. They're just like the Little Debbie's cosmic brownie, but better, obviously. These are cake batter. These 2 are not gluten-free. And then this is our salted caramel with homemade caramel and a homemade salted caramel buttercream. And those are gluten-free.
Well, Cheri, go ahead. I want to talk while you try one.
I will try one of these first. Thank you.
Here.
So, who comes up with do you take people's suggestions? Do you research on how you come up with the different ones?
Both. So I'm very big on like giving what the customer wants and like if they want to try some crazy flavors or anything like that. But I come up with all of the flavors and everything myself. A lot of just researching what goes good together, what doesn't, trial and error. Recently I had a customer that wanted lemon Earl Grey, and I'd never worked with tea before, and it turned out to be amazing. Now I want to put it on my menu because it was so good. So I always welcome like suggestions on flavors and stuff like that.
Are you going to get into the ethnic type of
This is
cupcakes?
delicious.
Is it good?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jeff, you'll never stop at one.
No. Well, might have lots of willpower. Okay. It's going to last about another second, and then my mouth's watering already.
I feel, Jeff, that after you taste this parking
Will be reserved for the borough manager.
it'll be reserved for the borough manager.
You can put a
So
little
he
bag
can
on
just
it.
swing it every day.
But are you going to get into like the specialty types of cupcakes and like, for example, cannoli? Everybody talks about the Italian cannoli.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you look forward in the future? Have you thought about that? Because there's so many ethnic groups around here. I was just talking to somebody about a German pastry, and it seemed to be on the side of a cake with icing on it.
Okay.
But I can't remember the name. But is that something that you would look at in the future if somebody brought it to your attention? Or?
Yeah, I would. I'm always trying new things to like what I can offer, what is something different that other people don't offer, or how can I make it better, or how can I stand out with my desserts and stuff like that. So if I got interest in it and then I could master it like I'd mastered the macarons, then sure, definitely, yeah. I would definitely try and get different things and like different ethnic foods and stuff like that in here.
Are you going to get into the, a lot of my friends, they're having kids, or their daughters are, I'm sorry, they're not having
Yeah.
kids, but their children are having kids. So there's a big thing about the reveal,
Yes, the gender reveals.
the gender reveals. Do you have a thing here where someone can eat a cupcake and?
Yes, we have multiple things.
You're kidding. You come up with that idea?
We
I thought that was off the top of my head. I thought that was a good one.
That's like a very.
But you already do it.
I have to laugh at that one.
So we do the cakes. Like if you want the inside of the cake to be pink or blue, we do that. We do cupcakes like that. We also do the macarons like that too. We'll do like a neutral color, put white around, and then the inside will be blue or pink. So when you bite into it, you see blue or pink.
Yeah,
You know
see, I
one
like that
thing
idea.
About this, when you eat one of these, the taste is so good that if you eat one, you
Right.
feel like you ate.
You gotta have a
big
bite of this,
piece.
right?
Yeah, it does.
So how would you describe this?
I was just explaining, when you eat one, and they're small, but when you eat one, the taste is so good.
It's strong taste. Yeah,
It's a strong
It's a lot of
taste.
flavor.
And it feels, I mean, you actually felt like you ate a whole cupcake.
Yeah,
I mean, a big
lot of flavor.
Yeah.
Very good, very delicious.
Thank you.
The other thing is it doesn't make your lips purple.
No, they don't. I mean, certain ones will. If I like the black will.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, me either. So
Jerry, you want a black one over there?
I tell people all the time, like whenever I do custom colors, not to do dark colors because your teeth and mouth, especially for weddings.
Yeah.
I had one bride want like a very dark purple, and I was like, everyone's mouth is going to be purple on your wedding.
Yeah.
But that's nice. I mean, you're able to tell a customer
Yeah.
that, instead of, oh yeah, we'll just take the order.
Just take the order and then be like, my favorite one was purple.
Do a lot of people come in already knowing what they want?
Sometimes. Sometimes they want cupcakes, just cupcakes, and we can like work with it and do the macarons and the cupcakes, or they don't know what they want, but they come to me and we like talk on what we offer and what I think would be great for their party or event or anything like that, and it really works out that way.
So if I'm on a real tight budget, you'll work with anybody's budget.
I try to, yeah. More things, elaborate cakes are going to be more.
We're going to open that up.
Okay, that is cookies and cream.
And so you work with everybody's budget.
Yeah, I try to. I might not be able to do the exactly what you wanted at your price point, but I usually try and offer something different that is similar at a price point that
Jeff.
you can that you can afford that way.
Now we have about 5 minutes left, right, which is, I told you these shows go fast. You have another plate back there.
Oh yes, this is we offer edible cookie dough. So it is heat-treated flour, no eggs, everything is safe to eat. It's just like whenever your mom or grandma were making cookies and you wanted to steal some dough. That's what it tastes like. So right now we offer this funfetti. It has rainbow sprinkles, some pink and blue white chocolate. This is cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie dough, and then this is chocolate chunk.
Oh, yeah, just a good chunk of it.
I'll tell you what I like about this. It is so fresh, probably because it's in a jar.
Yep. That was it stays very well, like it stays good. So if you have an event or you can't pick up a cake, you can order those and pick them up like a few days or up to a week in advance, and they'll be ready and fresh.
Well, here's another thing. You can if you had an outside party, you don't have to worry about flies getting all over it.
Exactly.
Because I like this idea.
Yeah.
And it's very good. Jerry, you got to try this one.
That's the birthday cake.
Yeah, he has a birthday coming up, so.
Do you?
No.
That's sure. Well, next year. Okay.
I guess everyone has one of those.
Jeff, I don't know if she realizes how much traffic does travel on Main Street.
Oh,
16,000 cars a day.
I do. Whenever we were like doing everything, everyone would stop and they would like stop traffic because they're looking over at us. I'm like, oh, this is good. I like
The
it.
reason I called you to do the show, everyone was asking.
I know.
And then when I stopped, I couldn't find the phone number.
Yeah, I know. We have to get signage on our windows.
And then I remembered about the junction, and I called up.
Yeah.
Well, I am really impressed again. The
you.
food is delicious. It is trendy.
Yes. But we're not just trendy. We're like you said, everything is delicious. It is fresh and
So if I do see the show and listen to the show, where do I call you? You have a number right now?
Well, it's my cell phone number, which is fine. I give it out. Or we have email. We're on Instagram, Facebook.
All Maisy Cakes.
All Maisy Cakes. We have our own website. It's www.maisykakes.com. There's a form on there where you can, it says like contact us. You can contact us through there. I mean, if you can't find any other way, you can stop at the junction because Shane is always there and I'm there on the weekends. So, there's multiple ways to contact us and get us booked for your parties.
Well, I hope you have I hope you open one evening though, because a lot of people in town, especially in the summertime, they'll walk the streets and especially if we have an event, and they're always looking for something quick to pick up or go over. Yeah, I would think they could come over here and get a
little cake jar.
Cake jar. That's a good name for that. I was stumped for a second, but I call it a cake jar. That's it. Makes sense. Yeah. And very, very good. Very nice meeting you too.
Our pleasure.
Welcome to Mount Pleasant. Also, we want to make sure we say that, and I think you would do very well. And again, we talk about downtowns, Jerry. We talk about having specialty stores, and we talk about having things that people might come from a distance to come to visit. This is obviously one of them now already. Yeah. You're a trendy business. You're unique. It's sort of a boutique atmosphere.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted it.
Cake boutique.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe I can make that a thing.
Another idea. So, okay. But I think this is going to be a great addition to our town.
Well, thank you. I think so too.
Good.
So for Jeff and Jerry and Rick, who's dying to have a cake jar, this is the Jeff and Jerry Show, and stop by Maisy Cakes.